So next, I'm going to introduce our Executive Director, Ms. Shawna Paris-Hoyte. So Shawna is a fifth-generation African Nova Scotian. Shawna brings a wealth of experience and dedication to her role. With a career marked by tireless advocacy for equity and human rights, particularly for women, children, youth, and families. With a diverse background spanning law, social work, mediation, education, and business ownership, Shawna has been deeply involved in legal cases and community initiatives in Nova Scotia and across Canada. Her notable achievements include successfully arguing precedent-setting cases at the Supreme Court of Canada, advocating for marginalized communities, and providing pro bono legal services, particularly focusing on human rights cases within the African Nova Scotian community. Shawna was originally selected as Executive Director in 2021. And her appointment was postponed just due to her role as legal counsel for participant and organization of the Nova Scotia Mass Casualty Commission Public Inquiry. The interim role of acting executive director was held by Robert Wright, a notable social worker and justice policy advocate from 2001 to 2024. As an educator, Shawna has devoted 3 decades to teaching at Dalhousie University, where she has made significant contributions to both the Faculty of Law, Dalhousie Legal Aid, and the Faculty of Health Professions, Dalhousie School of Social Work. Her commitment to excellence has earned her numerous awards and honors, including the Order of Nova Scotia, the Distinguished Service Awards in both law and social work, the Distinction of King's Counsel, and the Queen Elizabeth II 70th Anniversary Platinum Jubilee Medal for Volunteerism and Public Service. I read the full bio and it's deserving. So please welcome Shawna Paris-Hoyte.
Oh my gosh, I have to say that I'm just so energized after the drumming. I felt like I wanted to get up and just dance, right? And then I said, no, I'll just behave myself and stay seated. I first of all want to just give acknowledgement, as part of course, there's the land acknowledgement of the Mi'kmaq people, but I also want to acknowledge African Nova Scotians, the distinct African Nova Scotians of the 52 historical communities here in terms of our contributions to this land for over 400 years. I say fifth generation. My family's after me about that, though, because they're like, well, what about the other side of the family? So it's like, I always think of the Parises. I'm a Paris from Pictou County, some relatives here, yay. and I am an Izzard from Tracadie and the Guysborough County on my mother's side. Paris on dad's side and Izzard on my mom's side. Let me just say that I'm extremely happy to be here today. I want to just acknowledge, of course, our distinguished guests, certainly the Chief Judge of the Province of the Provincial Court, Judge Perry Borden, who, of course, you'll hear from later on today. I also want to welcome, I see Carlin there, I also want to welcome the family of Wakai Glasgow, and also all of our speakers today, and ANSJI supporters, collaborators, and of course members of the community and the ANSJI family. I'll read some notes just so I can move through things quickly, because otherwise I have a tendency to rabble on. I'm deeply honored to stand before you today at the inaugural ANSJI Symposium 2024, hosted by ANSJI. This gathering marks a significant milestone in the African Nova Scotian community's ongoing quest for justice, equity, and empowerment within the justice system. And I give thanks for being here and feeling blessed by my ancestors to have on whose shoulders I stand. We also come together today to commemorate and celebrate the many contributions of one of our own, Wakai Glasgow. His dedication and leadership to the legal profession, the African Nova Scotian community, and the broader community inspire us all to strive for a better tomorrow. Our honoring of Wakai will take place, I always just called him Kai. Wakai will take place later on today in the program. ANSJI has emerged as a beacon of hope and progress within the African Nova Scotian community. While only in its formal existence for several years, it has made its mark both locally and nationally. Under the leadership of Acting Director Robert Wright, who is present today, ANSJI has played a pivotal role in advocating for justice and for equity. The tireless efforts, advocacy, and commitment of ANSJI staff are ensuring that African Nova Scotians have an equitable access to legal services, resources, fair treatment, and comprehensive legal support. Our IRCAs, our law reform work, policy development, strategic initiatives, research, and direct service delivery, including public legal education initiatives, online and in-person workshops, the development of community days, something that is under Derico's direction, and outreach programs help to support the self-empowerment and also sustainability of the African Nova Scotian community. Simply, our mandate is to address the systemic issues in the justice system that negatively impact African Nova Scotians while ensuring fair, legal, and constitutional treatment of all African Nova Scotian members. At ANSJI, we take an Afrocentric and trauma-informed, proactive approach to our work. Additionally, we are committed to preparing the African Nova Scotian community with the essential knowledge about legal rights and equipping the community with strategies to navigate challenges in the justice system effectively and also efficiently. We are also committed to collaborating with our stakeholders to share our expertise, our education, and knowledge towards the betterment of a justice system in this land. However, our journey towards justice is not without its challenges, and we all know that. African Nova Scotians continue to face disproportionate representation and harsher treatment within the justice system. Statistics reveal stark disparities that demand our urgent attention and our action. Despite constituting a small percentage of the population, African Nova Scotians are overrepresented in correctional facilities and face higher rates of incarceration and recidivism compared to their non-Black counterparts. Moreover, the challenges extend beyond the criminal justice system. In the child welfare system, African Nova Scotian families continue to encounter systemic racism, biases, and disparities that impact our rights and well-being across the lifespan. African Nova Scotian children are overrepresented. I won't read all these notes. Probably thinking, is she ever going to stop talking? Overrepresenting in the foster care and experience higher rates of placement disruptions, highlighting persistent inequities that must be addressed. ANSJI's commitment extends to addressing these systemic issues head-on. We are national leaders in developing and providing training on the impact of race and culture assessments. We have a data collection and research unit that is looking at racial disparities. We have a strong and unbelievably strong leadership team advocating for policy and law reform. But we cannot do it alone. Unity is strength, division is weakness. And we are all familiar with the African proverb that says, if we want to go fast, go alone, but if we want to go far, we will go together. We seek collaboration with our stakeholders, those of you who are here, to develop solutions to promote fairness, equity, and equity for all African Nova Scotians and the dignity that we are so deserving of. In addition to our local impact, ANSJI has expanded its services to the African Nova Scotian communities, reaching small towns and rural communities. Plans are underway to expand our reach even further, ensuring that all African Nova Scotian communities across this province have access to and receive support and advocacy that is so much needed and deserved. ANSJI is a multidisciplinary professional organization that employs a diverse team of lawyers, a paralegal, forensic social worker, clinicians, communications and tech specialist, administrative support, legal navigator, researchers. We have a law student, and also doctorate level professionals. We provide placement services for high school co-op students. Miss Ruth, I don't know if she's here or not today, to provide co-op students who see themselves as, who sees herself as a lawyer in the future. This multidisciplinary approach allows ANSJI to provide comprehensive support and expertise to address the complex needs of the ANS community within the justice system and beyond. As the African Nova Scotian justice system continues to grow, we remain steadfast in our commitment to expanding our team and enhancing our capabilities to serve the community better. We are like the little engine that could. We could, we would, and we will contribute to a sustainable change. Today's symposium is not just a platform for discussion, but it is a call to action. It is a day dedicated to listening intently to understand systemic injustices and anti-Black racism, to learning deeply and to committing to collective action towards a more just and equitable society. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our funders, the provincial government, the federal funders for the National IRCA training program, and our many supporters and stakeholders. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge as well the previous Deputy Minister, Candace Thomas, Deputy Minister of Justice, for her many years of support of the work of ANSJI. We look forward to working with her successor, Jennifer Glennie, the new DM for DOJ, and we wish Ms. Thomas well in her new role as VP of the Nova Scotia Health Authority. I also, in concluding, want to thank the dedicated organizers of this symposium, Derico, I don't know, he just disappeared, I guess, and Sarah, and Sarah, who I've yet to see this morning, but I know she is here, whose commitment and tireless efforts have made this gathering possible. Thank you as well to our volunteers at the registration desk, Patricia Johnson and Mr. John Nesbitt, who is always there. And I have to say that Mr. Nesbitt, John Nesbitt, did gift ANSJI and us this morning with our flag. So we really appreciate that, John. And I want to commend the exceptional staff at ANSJI whose passion truly does inspire me and whose expertise drives forward our mission every day. And I'm looking at all of you as I say that, right? You all bring remarkable dedication and determination every day to a workplace that in my many years of working, I have quite frankly never ever experienced it before. Yeah, I feel truly blessed for this experience. As we embark on this day of commemoration of Wakai as well, reflection and dialogue, let us affirm our collective commitment to justice and equity. Let us listen attentively, learn passionately, and celebrate courageously the resilience and the strength of the African Nova Scotian community in the face of adversity. Thank you all for being here. Together, through our collective efforts, determination, we can and we will build a justice system that respects and honors the dignity and rights of every African Nova Scotian and every Nova Scotian. Thank you.